sorry. Audio is now live on the stream. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce us to what we're going to be talking about this week. And the big update is, of course, a Prometheus update. So every week we're sort of talking about the new things that are coming out with Prometheus, the new things that we're doing with Prometheus. And this week isn't any different. So there's a few things that I wanted to bring up. The first big exciting thing is that the Prometheus swarms are actually about to go live very soon to everybody around the world, anybody who has internet connection. And we'll be demoing that today with the new document and summarize feature. It's basically the first type of swarm that we'll be releasing. We can take any code base, and our swarms here on Koii can document and summarize those code bases. Of course, we've also been hearing people about the rewards potentially not being sufficient. So with this new and upcoming shift and change, we're actually going to be bumping up the rewards on individual successful submissions to hopefully incentivize you guys and to show that we're actually listening. We hear that you guys want a better system, and we're trying to deliver that. So each week, it's going to be improvements. We're listening to you guys, and we're really, really excited to share. Basically, this brand new feature. So we're going to open it up with Herman to talk about some of the more complex technical aspects of the system, and then we'll pass it off to our other engineer Taehong to show you guys a demo of it live in action. So Herman, take it away.
Yep. Can you guys see me and hear me? Yep.
Sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me share my screen. So here you can see this is our new task. Although the badge here will be replaced with our like formal badge, but we will have a new description here as well. But I will show you how will this task work. So first, after the users, the customers create bounties on our bounty page, all the information will be displayed here on a markdown file. Everyone can see it. It's just in our repository. And the tasks will check which one is not finished. So here I use a testing repo. The Koii network is the production one, and this one is just for testing. And it will loop through all the not finished tasks and create a pull request to create a README for API key fetcher, which is also a new feature like will coming soon. And it will create the README file here, and someone else in the node will try to review it and give it a comment like this. It should revise because it's not that completed. So then another node will take over and work on it again. And this is basically the whole flow. And I mean, if you are interested, I can also uh, like show you the task log. It might be a little bit boring, but as you can see, it's fetching from the GitHub part. And yeah, it just fetch all the issues, and then it will make some put calls to call the Orca node to finish the task. And yeah, that's the whole flow. Any questions?
It just seems that your screen didn't share properly. Folks are wondering if they could see the node and the task in the node.
Oh, it seems
I'll
I
take, yeah,
shared it.
if you want to share the screen with me, I'll just take a screenshot. Nice, perfect.
Can you guys see my screen now? Yep.
Yeah, someone says working nice here. I just grabbed a quick screenshot and I shared as well.
I
Yep.
still cannot, so I imagine others might not be able to either.
Interesting. Curious
We
Discord issue.
we we had this before too here, so that's okay. We just power
I
through.
see.
Hmm. All good. Well, thanks so much for that technical deep dive, Herman. Without further ado, let's pass to Taehong to give a demo of the tool live in action.
Yeah, hello guys. First, let me share my screen.
I also want to mention that I'm recording this live on YouTube, so if you can't see anything right now, I'll actually drop you guys YouTube live link and you can follow along there. Just give me one moment before you start there, Taehong.
What was that, Abby?
Just give me one sec. I'm gonna share the link for the YouTube live stream where I'm
Oh,
showing my screen, and anybody who can't actually follow along should be able to see what's going on over there.
oh, okay, got it.
Great, awesome. Uh, give people just I see a few people trickling into the YouTube stream. Nice, nice, awesome, cool. Go ahead.
So yeah, so everybody can see my screen, I guess, right?
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so got it. So, hey everyone, I'm a developer working on the Prometheus website. In this quick demo, I'm going to show you how to use the Prometheus Bounty platform, a place where you can put AI to work on your open source projects. Whether you need bugs found, code summarized, or documentation written, we've got AI agents ready to swarm in and help.
Do you
So let's start by creating,
Could
sorry,
you zoom in just a bit on your screen?
oh, sorry, maybe better?
Uh, can you zoom in? Oh yeah, perfect. Nice.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, let's start by creating a bounty. First, we enter the GitHub repo URL where we want the AI to help. This can be any public repo. This is my public repo, my personal project. Next, we choose what we want the AI to do. Right now, we've got document and summarize and find bugs, and soon we'll be adding building a feature. Now let's set the bounty. Connect your wallet using MetaMask. I'm gonna connected. Yeah, we currently support USDC and other tokens, and soon we'll be also adding support for USD, Koii, and other tokens as well. And choose how much you want to offer. I will just put test maybe 0.22 USDC for this one to test. Email is optional, but helpful for getting updates. And once everything filled out, just click release the swarm. This kicks off the bounty, and the AI agents will get to work. You guys also can put additional options here if you guys want. I'm gonna click release the swarm. Then we got another pop-up that we need to confirm this transaction. I click confirm. And let's wait for a bit. Okay, I got notification that confirm transaction.
Cool. Bots are analyzing and working on your request.
Yeah,
I
so
think
yeah.
anything's more exciting when it's named Swarm.
Look at that. Cool. Wow. Bounty created successfully.
Yeah,
Uh,
so after the swarm is released, you can track everything on the bounty dashboard. So let's go to maybe we'll see all bounty here.
for
One
those
sec.
of us who aren't as tech savvy, what exactly is document and summarize? I guess I understand the summarize part, but what would the documentation part look like in practice?
Yeah, for sure. I think the one of the most common use cases is we all are writing code all the time, as businesses, as hobby devs. Sometimes we're writing it with friends, with colleagues, with engineers, and sometimes we're moving teams and all that kind of stuff. It can get really hard to keep track of code bases that are getting kind of messy. So sometimes it'd be nice, we always hear, hey, do you have the docs for this? Developers are always talking about docs. Well, now our AI swarms can make those for you. It can look at a really messy code base. It can summarize everything for you, and of course, that's nice for the technical or non-technical stakeholders. But then for the devs, it actually also creates documentation. Here's what this does, and here's how this plays into it, and it makes the whole thing a lot less arcane or a lot less confusing. It really, really breaks it open and shows how the AI understands these tasks and also how humans can understand tasks. And of course, more than just tasks, any code project that you throw at it.
Is it presented as a separate standalone document, or is it injected as comments within the code?
It's injected into what's called a README document in the code. So that's a really standard like document that we put in all public code bases. That basically is where you start. You click the README and you read it, and it gives you all this wonderful information. Actually, oftentimes when you're looking at a website, you're actually just seeing a pretty version of that README file.
I see. Okay. I've worked with so many maybe international teams or smaller teams that have code that you kind of get trapped in it, right? You start with a team, if they write messy code, it's so much trouble to migrate that to a new team because they kind of have to either start from scratch or break it down to understand it. So I can see how this would be pretty invaluable. It kind of gives people freedom to take their code and migrate it to new developers.
Yeah, I really like that outlook too, right? And we never know when one dev is going to have to pivot to another project, right? And sometimes there's not time for a proper handoff. It's really nice if you can have just, while those both of those devs go to sleep, some AI writes up the docs for you, and then both devs just get to wake up and boom, you get to go. No, none of
Absolutely.
those like hour-long meetings. We all hate those meetings, right? Like who wants to have multiple hours of meetings in the day just to talk about systems, that are really really complicated and someone's already worked on it, and it's a frustrating process, right? So it's just giving us more time in the day.
Yeah, I want to see a future where this is the industry norm, where where you hire a team, they're expected to run this
Yeah,
as part
exactly.
of
This is
their
just an
deliverable package.
expectation, right? That'd be perfect. Yeah,
Right.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
something.
So,
Oh yeah,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, Taehoon. Take it away.
So yeah, yeah. So here you will see the GitHub repo here and the bounty task and even the transaction hash here for transparency. The status column will show you if it's in progress, completed, or needs review. You can also filter projects and sort them by bounty amount if you are looking for inspiration or high probability tasks. Yeah, yeah, and that's it. In just a few clicks, you can turn any open source repo into a bounty-backed project with AI doing the heavy lifting. Whether it's summarizing code, find bugs, or even building features, the Swarm has your back. So let's wait for the AI agent to finish the work and check back later to see the status. Thanks for watching and happy building with Prometheus.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. That's an awesome demo. Really hope the community enjoyed. I can see basically everybody in chat saying great job, nice UI, great work, very very nice. Very, very happy comments. So yeah, thanks so much for all the hard work you guys have been putting in. It's great to share with the community. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys hear us say, we're always working our butts off, but we want to show you guys, like we actually are. We're doing everything we can to make this as wonderful a ecosystem and as a product for you guys as possible. So I couldn't be possibly more proud, and I'm really, really excited to see this thing getting going. And it's only going to get better from here. Every week, we're going to get better. I wanted to, I think, hand off to Ina now to talk about some exciting partnership news that we have in the ecosystem.
Hello everyone. Super excited to share what's been cooking behind the scenes at Koii. So this week we locked in three major partnerships that each of them are powerful on their own, with the main purpose of building and scaling decentralized AI together. So our first partnership of the week was Swarm's AI, a decentralized multi-agent AI framework enabling agents to collaborate together on complex tasks. So these partnerships unlocks huge opportunities for us to scale decentralized AI agents network capable of solving different challenges. So I would say that you can learn more about it by listening the X Spaces recording, which can be found on Prometheus and Koii accounts. But I can also drop it in the chat here. Another very exciting partnership we looked in is Sony, which is built by the hackers from CoinMarketCap. Sony is a creative AI and deepin platform offering image and video generation, allowing to this tech to run by regular home computers. We're currently organizing X Spaces to reveal more details about the partnerships and the community. And lastly is the partnership we just announced like a couple of hours ago with BioProtocol. They are DeSci or decentralized science, a platform revolutionizing research in climate, medicine, and other fields by using AI agents. So we have the X Spaces coming up this Monday where more details will be revealed. So I would say turn on your Twitter notifications as we have a lot of coming up in the next weeks. And thank you for being early.
Thank you. It sounds like that last partnerships is a lot like maybe Science United.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that, definitely.
Excellent.
Very interesting project. Everybody should check it out. I can drop the announcement in the chat here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. I was wondering, could you drop the link to that, and we could all explore it, and we can give it some likes and comments, some engagement. Make sure that everybody gets to see the exciting stuff going on here at Koi. Cool, cool. Dropped in chat. Awesome.
We just
Um,
we
Sorry, go
just
ahead.
gained an owl. Does that mean he's going to present as well?
We did just gain an owl. Someone was saying that they wanted to see him around too. Owl's always around and in chat, but working infinitely and endlessly to make sure that the network is as good as it is. So sometimes we like to give Al a break, and we like to do the talking.
I can still say hi though.
Excellent. Good to
Hello.
see you
Hi.
or hear you.
Yeah, very excited about the Prometheus release this week. The biggest news on Prometheus is that there's something like 65 people lined up to use the product, which is I think the first thing I've ever seen that's fully decentralized that can actually do everything on decentralized nodes, but still has a lineup of customers, which is pretty exciting. And as a result of this, that means there's going to be a whole bunch of new tokens wrapped onto Koii, which many of them will be coming to the node, and all of you will have a chance to earn them as well. On top of that, hopefully this means we're going to have a nice influx of USDC into the node as well. So people should be able to earn a pretty stable return, and it should be actually pegged to your API credits on LLMs. This is in line with a lot of work that we've been doing to try to maximize your hardware value. So it's not enough to just have a computer connected to the internet. Obviously, that provides some value, but we tried adding Twitter credentials a year ago, and that was a major step forward. Something like 5 or 10x is the value of hardware, and it seems like now with LLM credits as well, we're getting some really serious attention from some big people. And I might have mentioned this to some people this week, but we actually gave Vitalik a D pin, and he was pretty excited. And he seemed very keen to try out Prometheus. So hopefully we will have actually Vitalik Buterin himself trying out Prometheus this week. No promises, but he seemed very into the idea.
That's great.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool indeed. This is definitely a gigantic step forward. The other thing that's pretty cool is that Prometheus agents and other agents running on Koii will actually probably be able to make their own Prometheus bounties in the near future. And so we can probably get into a system where we are using Prometheus to create code that leads to creating more Prometheus bounties, and the system should be self-propagating. So there might be some very interesting things coming down the pipeline. And sorry, I'm on the West Coast today, so it's very, very early here.
Oh, conference?
No, I've been staying near San Francisco. We have a friend with a hacker house out here, so we drove across. My girlfriend and I drove across the country, which took us about 2 weeks, and we stopped at a number of conferences along the way. And then what we found is San Francisco is just a really productive place for this. Just about every day lately, we're meeting 2 or 3 new people who want to use Prometheus, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, wow. That is exciting.
Yeah.
You really are a digital nomad.
We have committed to it. It's a lot more productive for Koii if we're on the road, so we're full time on BD mode and just trying to get the word out and making sure lots of new people are trying out the product.
We should get one of
Um,
those roadshow buses.
maybe next cycle. Um, I see B9 said, when can we expect to see new tasks rolling out? I don't know if you were paying attention, but we just showed you at least a whole new template. The whole idea behind Prometheus, though, is that this will give you a gigantic new revenue stream. So that's hopefully going to pay your node quite a bit more than a lot of the existing tasks. And then we're actually using Prometheus for is going to eventually lead to building a lot more tasks and doing it a lot faster, right? Normally people have to write code by hand. Now we can vibe code Koii tasks, which is going to be a big deal. Do we want to talk about vibe coding? People might not be familiar with this phrase.
We can take a little bit of time to talk about vibe coding, but then we do have a special guest I wanted to introduce.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, vibe coding is sort of the term I believe that was coined around just taking some AI and giving it a problem and just having it code through it. And all you're doing is you're just kind of chatting with the AI back and forth, having a chill conversation. It's a vibe. And the AI is able to produce really, really good results, like pretty significant. And every day, people are, the vibe coding community is getting bigger. They're releasing new tips and tricks. Yeah, there's some rough bumps at the beginning, but it seems like every day, because they have the power of AI behind them, they can like really crush through their problems. And basically, Koi is like vibe coding at scale because you guys can use huge, huge swarms of AI agents to build like huge things. I think a lot of vibe coding is mostly about building e-commerce dropshipping websites, but with Koi swarms, with Prometheus swarms, you can actually build like huge, huge products that can really make a huge impact and a real difference. It's like what happens when you take a bunch of the hobby people together and you get them working on something, and then now Koi's gonna pay you to do it basically. It's huge. It's huge what we can accomplish.
I was just asked to learn that last week, and I admit I didn't even know where to start. So I'm
How'd I
glad it's
do?
the topic of discussion this week. You did well, thank you.
Nice, good, nice. Awesome. Well, something that a guest I've been really, really excited to bring up on stage for a while here is Ali from the Smart Tasks. If you guys have been in the community for a while, you'll have seen the Smart Tasks around, and I'm sure a lot of you have actually run and support the community, the Smart community. And I'm really, really excited to finally have Ali up here to chat with you guys and introduce himself to the community. And you guys can sort of engage and chat with them, and we can learn more about the smart ecosystem where it's heading. So Ali, welcome. It's great to have you. Looks like you're muted. Oh, possible technical difficulties. Well, Ali, I hope you're there, and let us know if you're around and you're able to give a little presentation. Just a ping or anything in chat. In the meantime, though, I did want to move to two questions that were from our Q&A, and now seems like a perfect time to jump into them. So while we wait for Ali, the big question that people were asking is how will the connecting my GitHub account to the Prometheus task affect my other GitHub repos? And I just want to say it absolutely won't. Okay. Firstly, in general, while Prometheus is in beta, we do recommend that you use a volunteer GitHub account. That being said, we've had zero GitHub accounts banned. In fact, we've had a lot of positive press, positive attention around the things that Prometheus are doing. And I also wanted to mention that I use my account with Prometheus. So I have all my other repos that is open source available to the community that a lot of you guys use, and they're not being touched at all. We promise that Prometheus is being used responsibly, and it's not going to look at your code or your other projects. It's not going to try and dig into any of that. All it's working on the repo it says it's working on. It's only looking there, and it's also forking that repo. It's doing everything really publicly and really openly. And I just want to really nail home that we're not hiding anything from you. We're doing this completely decentralized so that the community is fully aware and fully transparent and fully open. And that's been like a really core foundational pillar of the ethics behind Koii from day one. So I just wanted to nail that home and make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable and on board with that one. I'm gonna try bringing H code back. Ali, I see that he just dropped out. He's probably gonna jump back in.
I'll just say while we're waiting, what you just talked about, this kind of radical transparency is exactly what I saw in Koi years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, the very first time I met Al. Like that's what kind of blew me away and what kept me coming back. So I appreciate that that commitment is still alive and well.
Yeah, it's hugely important. A lot of other D or well, just projects in Web3, they're not as Web3 as we'd like. A lot of them are using
Right.
centralized systems, and that's something that Koi really wants to challenge, right? We're gonna bring a truly decentralized cloud compute ecosystem that is a premier ecosystem for AI agents, and we're gonna be doing some really, really cool things with it. You guys saw the DeFi dashboard, right? We're gonna have DeFi trading AIs across Koi. Um, One's called Mimetic Monster. We have a bunch of plans. The Pulse Trade AI, that's coming out soon. We have our web scraping tools. Those are going to be powered with AI agents, and then of course Prometheus. So yeah, we're going to be building the next layer. Some people say that like Web 4 is the AI internet, the agentic internet, and I think that's what we're kind of building towards.
That's going to be a fun conversation to have with people that haven't adopted Web3 yet. It's too late. We're on Web 4.
Too late now. You guys are like way behind now. Yeah, no. I mean, that's kind of what's so fun about Web3, right? We're on the edge. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think of myself as a Luddite in this space, but compared to a lot of people out there, they they have they've never even heard the term. So the idea that we can build tools that they can use without needing to know all this is pretty exciting too. There's a vast market out there that's untapped. There's been so few people that have migrated into this space so far. When Al was talking earlier, I was just thinking about like, man, imagine if local government started using Prometheus. Like so many problems could be solved.
So that's
Absolutely.
actually been that's been one of the big conversations around this, which is a lot of existing nonprofits and NGOs can actually use this. The reason being that like a lot of organizations don't have the resources to go and hire a huge cloud data center, but they can pool their own devices. So we're looking at some kinds of intranet products as well that will be allowed to, or that will enable people to use their computers within a business as their own kind of agentic cloud. So there might be some
That's
really interesting applications for the coin out there as well.
Yeah, that brings it back to the idea like a year ago when you were talking about this having like student organizations. Um, so that's exciting.
Yeah, we're still pretty mission aligned. Product seems to be getting to where we've always wanted it to be, and it's pretty exciting to see these final pieces coming together because now we're at the point where the network can pretty much organically build itself. Um, if you crowdsource enough Prometheus devices, you should be able to build your task, and then you can crowdsource more devices to get more access to computing. We think we can be the entire pipeline all the way through.
Yeah, that's great. Nobody's going to accuse you of not being ambitious.
We
That's
are
awesome.
we are we are the definition of ambition, and we want to be the guys who are, blazing the trail, right? You guys you guys can follow, and we can make roads. It's gonna be great.
So how are we with our technical issues?
Unfortunately, seems like H code wasn't able to rejoin. Oh, I'm here but unable to unmute. Interesting. Let's see if we can invite H code up to the stage. Oh. Um, Hey X, I'd like to answer that question. Firstly, we want to bring up Grimshaw, who's been the guy working on the Pulse Trade AI. He's been helping with a lot of the predictions and the aggregations and getting local models and Grok actually running on Koii and in an agentic manner. I can't actually comment on the expected win rate of Pulse Trade, but what I can say is the idea is that it gets better over time. The point of the tool is that it's actually like taking, so every coin node is making predictions on the market when they're running the Pulse Trade app. And what's happening is Pulse Trade is trying to aggregate those and dynamically pick the best one. And over time, that'll train the model to actually have better and better results over time. So the whole experiment is basically, can the Koi community all get together? Can we all make a bunch of predictions? And if we all do it together, eventually some of us win, we win on our trades. And then if all of us start doing that together, um, we probably all win. And that's really the whole point of the DeFi tools and rails that we're building on Koi. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, super cool.
It's like the technical version of the network effect.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, Discord is still giving us problems, and I don't see a way to add H code back up to the stage. Um, Ali, H code, are you able to request jumping onto the stage? B9 asks, now that we can see that other people can load tasks into the back end of Prometheus, as per the demo that Taehong showed, does that mean we're going to start seeing, you know, differences in the way the tasks and the node will interact with Prometheus? And what I want to say is basically it's an evolving process. We've engineered out a plan that we really stand behind and we think is going to work very well. That being said, in software and especially in Web3, the key is to be agile and to pivot. So we have a team of dedicated UX engineers who are going to do their best to basically make sure that no matter what we do, it's always going to be easy to use. You can expect to see a lot more activity in your coin node as Prometheus ramps up, and we do expect that, as we start scaling really quickly, we might want to create some quality of life features. If you have any suggestions, we always love to see them. Please drop them in Discord or on X or really anywhere that you'd like. We also have the Koi improvement proposals. We really like to see people going there and suggesting big improvements. The community can vote on those, so I really like to see that movement.
I think the key thing though is that these will be bounties in Koi or in USDC, and they will be distributed based on people's participation, right? So there will be a little bit better mapping of the reward to the actual task that people are executing. So we're hoping to map this to the actual LLM credits underneath the hood. We should be able to fix in a fairly good profit margin for folks. The vast majority, the big value of Prometheus is being able to actually adversarially test the code. So this has a significant advantage where we're basically running all of the code on the edge devices and testing to make sure that as Prometheus is writing code, the code is actually working. Once that's fixed, then all of the edge devices get rewarded based on their contribution to that outcome as well, which I think is a pretty important factor.
Absolutely. Well, unfortunately, it seems like Discord technical issues are preventing H-Code from getting back up here in a timely manner, which means we're probably going to try and host an event just for the Smart Task. So stay tuned. We'll try and post an X space. We'll get a lead from the Smart ecosystem and anybody else from the Smart ecosystem to come up, and we'll have a really cool partnership chat and dive deep into what the smart community is trying to offer and give you guys the opportunity to get the inside peek and understand more about where the token's going and how you can be a part of that really fantastic journey. Oh, we do see him actually. He just joined. Let's see. Invite to speak. That's funny. Speak of Discord has that a funny habit of as soon as I say something. Well, Ali, I've sent you a request to speak. Hopefully we can eke out. In the meantime, we could talk about the Koii improvement proposals. So maybe let me try and bring that up. Just give me one moment, folks. And of course, sorry for the dead air, as always.
No worries.
All
I
right.
have a nasty habit of starting long conversations when people only need 5 seconds of time, so I've been quiet.
All right. Sharing my screen here. Um, Hopefully this comes through on YouTube. Um, so we're going to the Koii improvement proposals. I don't actually see any new ones, so I'm gonna paste the link in chat there. I'd like to see some new ones. That'd be really cool. But let's see. We have smart contract monitoring. I opened this one last week. Oh yes, of course I remember. Right. With the reach of our nodes and its scraping ability, keeping up with current events, we could look for world events as part of a threat monitoring system. I believe this was you, Chris. You're the one. I stole this from you.
Yeah, but that's okay. I stole it from someone else.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I like that idea. I'm gonna post it in chat, and I'd love to see people who are here maybe leaving some comments and some movement. It'd be really cool if we get the community engaged on this, so that we can start moving forward with the community suggestions, um, and not be so beholden to the product, but also be beholden to some UX stuff. We know you guys have had a lot of quality of life suggestions over time. Pedro does his best to get those back to us, but this is the perfect place to make them loud and to get votes behind it and to really show to us, hey, this is the quality of life improvement that we've been waiting for. Um, Gap Computer dropped what, like maybe 20 improvement proposals, I think, 3 weeks ago, and I've only read through a few of them, so I wanted to go through one more. Maybe that's a good idea. The Koii Network Reputation System. We already have a reputation system, so let's try something else. Integrated mobile app for node management. I feel like this has been a conversation for a long time. Develop a simple mobile app that allows node operators to monitor their node's performance, make adjustments, and receives alerts from anywhere. Interesting. So essentially, the ability to remote control your node, which is actually really, really cool. I think this would be a really cool thing for a developer in the community to take a crack at. Does that does that sound like something that'd be useful? Am I crazy? I think it sounds useful.
Sorry, my brain was thinking of another task. I was thinking this would be a wonderful way to sift through and scrape all the employment boards out there and help people for looking for jobs.
You know, when we were running our hackathons back in October, a lot of the students were motivated to build those kind of projects as their submissions to the hackathons. I'd love to see that. Let's write that down. We'd like an employment slash job finder tool, right? Some sort of tool.
Yeah, it's got to go through pre-vetted sites so you don't get any of the scam sites, um, and just have some basic Boolean searches and filtering capacity, I would think.
Yeah, based on a filter, to find and possibly use AI agents to apply for jobs.
Yeah, I've been looking lately for some side biz dev gigs, and I gotta say, like an AI agent would help significantly because a lot of these job postings just drop tons of keywords to try to get into everybody's search results. So you find yourself with a lot of wasted reading.
Yeah,
So an
absolutely.
AI that could go through that would be amazing.
It'd be fantastic. Absolutely tops. All right, well, unfortunately, the technical difficulties did seem to get the best of us, but that's okay. Like I said, we're going to plan an X space with the smart community, and we'll do a real clear deep dive. But in general, I really appreciate everybody for joining the happy hour today. We had some really, really cool updates. Um, I mean, starting from the top, we have a brand new feature for Prometheus, which means new tasks that's going to come out, and you guys are going to start seeing more rewards for that, which is really exciting. We have a series of new partners. Our ecosystem partners are also doing strong. We have the smart community. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come up today, but you can see that their tasks are growing, and their ecosystem is flourishing. So all in all, really good news for the community. And I think that the next chapter is about to start, and I'm really glad that you guys are here right at the beginning. B9 is asking, how's the tutorial video coming along? And I just wanted to say that that tutorial video will be dropped by end of day today, UTC. So stay tuned. It'll be coming very shortly. It'll be live on YouTube. We'll make an announcement, and of course, we'll be adding it to our docs and homepage. Yeah, yeah, that's coming today. So just stay tuned for our upload schedule. Cool.
Well,
Well,
thank you very much.
yeah. Thanks for coming. I really, really have fun with these, and I'm really enjoying the new format where we get to demo things at the beginning. I think that makes these a lot more fun, a lot more interesting.
And slightly off topic, this is called Happy Hour. I just found last week I can get my hands on a Guinness for the first time in 3 years.
Oh
So
my, that's
maybe
fant.
next
Oh,
it
you've
may
hit
be that next
jackpot.
happy hour I have a can of Guinness.
Haha,
My local store finally carries it.
that's amazing. Oh wow, if I didn't have access to Guinness, I wouldn't be the same man I am today. I'll admit it.
Yeah, yeah, it's been rough.
Awesome.
Well,
Well,
thank you very much.
thanks so much, folks. Cheers, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day.
You as well. Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye for now, folks. Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Just ending the stream.